We are very honored to be able to feature you today as a top veteran-friendly school, something that we take a lot of pride in conducting our surveys and being able to let our veterans know about the universities and what they're doing for our veterans and military affairs. And I wanted to first of all start with you, and if you could give us the background about you and a bit of history and your story as to how you ended up at the University of South Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely. So I served 8 years in the Navy as a Russian and Persian Farsi crypto analyst.
Wow.
When I got out of the Navy, I immediately went to the University of Kentucky, got my undergrad in Russian studies, and joined the Student Veterans Association there and got into veteran advocacy. And from that point on, that's been my passion. So eventually I landed here at the University of South Carolina to get my master's in social work. And while I was here, I worked very closely with the university to help create services for veterans, which ultimately ended up in the creation of this position in this department. So here we
Outstanding.
are today.
So I just have a question about that. So when you came out of the Navy, how did you transfer your military skills, or how did you know that's what you wanted to do? Was it the organization that you joined that helped you decipher as to what your skill set would be?
So I would say that I'm somewhat fortunate when it comes to transferring military skills into the civilian sector because the job that I did in the military has widespread DoD presence as well as DoD contracting. So I just wanted to get a degree because that's one of the requirements in order to go into DoD contracting for Intel.
Outstanding. Wow. Fantastic. How did the University of Southern California earn the recognition as a top veteran friendly school? Oh, I said it again. I apologize. Let me repeat that. How did the University of South Carolina earn the recognition as a top veteran friendly school?
So I want to say in order to get these types of recognitions, the first step is to have a very, very strong active student veteran population. In order to get here, it was the student veteran population was the catalyst, and from there, getting the university administration on board, um, and a lot of support from them has landed us here. So from there, we were able to create centralized services on campus where we have my office is a one-stop shop to get all veteran benefits taken care of, as well as any community resource outreaches that need to be done. Um, Among other things, we have been voted number one best for vets in 2022 and remain a top 10 school as it stands right now. And so there's a newly created cabinet agency called the South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs, and a they've created a standard in order to kind of rate our state institutions of higher education, depending on how they're organized, what services they provide, how they're connected with the community, and many other things. And we're currently rated a gold standard university by the State Department of Veterans Affairs. Um, and then once again, I just want to reiterate how important the student veterans are. These grassroots efforts, in order to build support from the ground up, are instrumental in making sure that we reach these milestones that get the school recognized and get these services provided to our student population.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about the campus life and inclusion. How does the university promote a veteran inclusive culture on campus? Like, do you put some specific, you know, you know, meetings, projects, anything specific for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, very early on, it was important to us that students and faculty and staff that are veterans on campus, dependents as well, active duty, recognize that they were appreciated and valued for their service here on campus. Um, so, we had initially, it was created by Derek Huggins, who is no longer with us, the Veterans Day breakfast that is held every single year. And I believe we're in our 10th or 11th year now of holding the Veterans Day breakfast. We have a Veterans Day 5K that we started.
Oh, that's
That
excellent.
happens every Veterans Week Sunday. We do a whole week of events. We have a military appreciation athletics events. So that includes our military appreciation game for football, where the students actually wear our University of South Carolina football jerseys, carrying our service flags and an American flag, and run the team out onto the field, which is a huge honor. This military appreciation games also highlight our alumni, active duty, active military, and then, like I mentioned, the new student orientation. I also have been so my background is in social work, so I hold panels to educate community and university partners on vet mill attitudes and culture. And then we finally have a comprehensive green zone training offered to all of the University of South Carolina campuses, including the satellite campuses. And then we're working on creating communities of practice in our advising and other auxiliary services that the university provides that we aren't able to provide in the satellite.
Are there any veteran-specific student organizations other than those events that help build a sense of community among the students?
Right, yeah.
Veteran
So we have our
students.
Student Veterans Association that it was created in 2014 and has remained relatively strong since then for this past 10 years.
Excellent. So I now want to ask you a little bit about some challenges and some solutions that you might be able to offer some of our veterans. What do you feel are some of the biggest challenges veteran students face when pursuing higher education? And how do you think the University of South Carolina addresses these issues and these challenges that come up?
Yeah. So I want to first respond to this question by pointing out that veterans outperform their non-traditional peers and even the traditional population regarding GPA, graduation, and retention. Veterans tend to thrive in their communities, are generally more active and more civically minded than their non-veteran counterparts. However, the fact remains that most university campuses are tailored to traditional students. Many veterans enter higher education with mortgages, families, and all the additional responsibilities that come along with managing these, which creates unique challenges to the population we serve when navigating campus life over the tenure of their degrees. So, in addition to the many services we facilitate on campus, we strive to continuously improve services and support to veterans, um, which is a subpopulation of the non-traditional students.
Sure.
So I sit on a board called the Graduation and Retention Council. This council reports directly to the provost of the university and has broad authority and support to enact changes that improve graduation and retention. My position on this board has been and will continue to be instrumental in meeting the needs of this population I serve. In addition to that, we have all of the resources that we provide in our centrally located Student Veterans Center.
And how does the university continuously improve its services to support veteran students?
So, one of the ways is having my position. So I am here to seek out the challenges that the veterans are facing and to come up with solutions to match that. I wanted to talk about this a little bit later on, but one of the ways that we're doing that is an early intervention program where we identify students on the front end of challenges, pair them with a mentor, and get them situated to handle what they are facing.
You know, it seems as though you have your hand on the heartbeat of the veterans and you kind of facilitate what needs to happen. And you're that liaison to create the programs and the support system. And being a veteran, I'm sure that also helps create programs that are strong and that will, be implemented in work. Just curious, is there any great success story of a student that you want to share with us? You don't have a given name or anything like that, but is there one in particular that kind of stands out in your mind or you have a soft spot for? Maybe someone you've guided or assisted?
Yes. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I know there's
Um,
so
I'm
many.
I'm so proud of them all. So
You seem like a mom. Like, yeah, I can see it in your face. You're like, I'm so proud of them all.
um, there was there's this one student who was having some pretty significant challenges with mental health and wasn't doing well in school. And we kind of, as a student veteran organization, insulated him as he went through the process to kind of like, okay, we're gonna get you back on your feet, we're gonna get you in the right direction, pulled him out of the hole, and got him back on track. And he is now thriving in his community. He's got his pilot's license.
Oh, wow.
Amazing
Fantastic.
job living in Charlotte, doing wonderful things.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'd love to hear that. That's fantastic. In closing thoughts, is there anything else you would like to share with our readers about yourself, your team, the University of South Carolina's commitment to veteran students?
Um, yes, I just want to say that I've been on board. I've been in this position for 4 months now. I've inherited an amazing team. They all bring so much passion, and just they have so much gumption in everything that they do. I'm so excited to work with them, and I can't wait to see what we do. And I just want to say that you will continue to see the University of South Carolina in the top rankings from here forward.
Outstanding. Final question. So, how can prospective veterans, student veterans, and their families learn more about the resources that are available to them from the university?
Um, so the easiest way to do that is to Google University of South Carolina Veteran and Military Services. From there, you will find our website and all of our socials.
Excellent. Well, again, I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate all the feedback. I know that this is so helpful to our readers, and congratulate you again for being a top veteran friendly school and really walking the walk and really making this happen. It's obvious you're producing a lot of successful students, and the university is a testament to the success. So I wish you the absolute best, and I look forward to putting this together for you. And let me know if you have any questions, and we will go from there.
Sounds wonderful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome. And just to let you know, Sheila Hill is your account executive. If you
Okay.
want to do anything extra with her, I don't know if you're in touch with her or not. She's actually your account executive. So if you want to do a little more, because when they're reading the article, and if you want to have like an action, like where what they could do and they could click to you, you could put maybe an ad if you want to next to the editorial. You don't have to, but you could. And we give a huge discount because you guys are on the list. But it's just nice when they read it. And I was going to say, maybe for the editorial, send me a photo of where you're located. I mean, we want a picture of you, of course, but maybe of the center, or maybe a group of students that are veterans that are near that horseshoe. Because I thought that I kind of vision that in the editorial. And then if, like I said, if you wanted to do the ad, that's an action where they click and go straight to your email or straight to the student center where they could put their email and somebody could call them back or something like that. So
Okay. Yeah.
I'll give you that option. Only if you want to do something
Okay.
extra, you can.
Okay. Sounds great.
Great. Thank you again.
Thank
And let me know
you.
if you have any questions. Lexi will be in touch with you. And again, you approve everything. I will edit all my bloopers, and we're going to condense it into about 5 or 10 minutes just to do the quick giveaways, or the I can't talk today, big takeaways. The editorial
Perfect.
will
Yeah.
be flawless, of course, because I won't be talking in there, but you approve the editorial and you approve the video as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Right. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great weekend.
you.
All
You too.
right.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.